The average cost of textbooks is about $1,200 each year for each student in college. So I've decided to partner with NC Live, which is the North Carolina Library Co-op, and they are doing a grant and initiative program called Open Education North Carolina, in which they are creating a curated library of free open source textbooks for students. So it'll be at no cost for students. They are open license textbooks, so it's just going to be no cost to translate it over to the student. So the curated library that NC Live has put together is basically pretty much a collaborative project with academics all over the country. Any instructor can work together with their colleagues and kind of create this open source, open licensed textbook. That doesn't include a lot of fluff. It's the basic, all that you need. So a lot of things, like especially with sociology, we look at a lot of current events, so I don't need a updated textbook every single year that's already going to be outdated by the time that we look at it. So with this, you know, it's very much what you need to understand the core concepts of a class, and then as a teacher, as an instructor, I can supplement that with, you know, up-to-date things that are relevant to my students. So this is pretty much a way to entice instructors to jump onto this initiative, because it's only going to work unless we adopt it as instructors. So I figured out the math for it. So just for Introduction to Sociology, which we're going to implement this open source textbook next semester, we're going to save students nearly $10,000 at Beaufort County Community College next semester. So it's roughly, it was $75 a book for our class, and we have over 100 students that take Introduction to Sociology every semester. So those savings will be passed off to the students, so they can pay their rent, they can pay gas, they can heat their homes, all these sorts of things, or have fun with it. The first thing I did, I went to an interest workshop that was at ECU, and NC Live did a couple of workshops around, I know there's one at Elizabeth City State University, but just trying to reach out to all community college instructors. But it was a short meeting in which they kind of went over what open source textbooks were, that open licensing, free online textbooks, how licensing works, and just the overall benefits for students. So it was really just an introduction as to how to log online and access these textbooks. But basically all I did was fill out a form that said, I'm willing to do this. There's a grant that goes along with it to entice instructors to do it, because it's going to take a lot of restructuring of our classes to fit that new textbook. But no, it's pretty just a one-page form to fill out to gauge your interest, how many students that you'll serve, how much money that you'll save. And at the following, at the end of this upcoming semester, I'm just going to have to report data back to see how effective this online textbook was for students. So, yeah.